Friday night, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday night. Episode 308. Goddamn, it's crazy. 308 episodes in, and here we are still. Of the Team Heel podcast. What is up, you dorks? Up, you Melvins? It is Friday. It is September the 12th. No, wait. It's September the 13th. Friday, September 13th. Friday the 13th, 2019. Thank you all for tuning in live. As always, you are all, besides dorks, you're all awesome as well, by the way. You dorks, by the way. This podcast is available on all podcasting platforms that you can think of. We are available on the iTunes, on the Stitcher, on the Spotify, the PodBean, the iHeart Radio, the Google Podcasts, and if you want to download the podcast, download the show, and show us that the 5-star rating, that love, we would encourage it, because why the fuck would we not? You can follow the podcast on Twitter at Team Heel Podcast. Use that hashtag THPodcast to interact with us over on the Twitter. And as always, guys, I am that fat fuck himself. I am rocking the Supreme Heel, if you will. It's me. It's Steve. And yeah, here we are. And I am not alone. As always, I'm never alone, guys. I'm here joined by the man with the golden charm, all the way in Detroit. The man with the golden charm, Big Mike from Big Mike Wrestling Recap Show. Big Mike, what's up, brother?
Yo, what's going on, Steven?
Not too much, right? It's another day, man. It's another Friday. Here we are, man. Before we get into the show, before we get into everything regarding the show, a couple things I want to say right now. Okay? First and foremost, I am completely out of the loop with everything that's been going on in the world of wrestling. Things have been just going on with life in general and shit like that, right? So I did watch part of Raw. I didn't really watch SmackDown. I caught the clips here and there. I did watch NXT, actually. And I did hear about the news regarding Impact Wrestling. But after that, completely out of the loop when it comes to the news and stuff like that. So Big Mike tonight will get me up to speed, if you will, as we're doing the show. But before we get into any of that, I want to let you guys know that if you guys want to show the podcast that love, it'll be so appreciated if you head over to the Streamlabs, where we do have, it is completely enabled. If you want to show the show some love, leave a donation of your choosing. It's streamlabs.com/HeelSteven. And again, it's completely optional. Head over there, leave a donation of your choosing if you want to do so. Also, tomorrow, September the 14th, I will be back in Rahway. I say that because I was there these last 2 days, because my dad lives in Rahway. But I'll be back in Rahway, this time for a wrestling show. It'll be WrestlePro's Return to Rahway. It goes down tomorrow, September the 14th, from the Rahway Rec Center with a 6 p.m. meet and greet and 8 p.m. bell time. Appearing at the show are the likes of Sami Callihan, SCU, Mike's favorite wrestler, Orange Cassidy, and of course Joey Janela and many other people there as well appearing at this event. And if you're going to be there, dorks and motherflowers, feel free to say what's up. Literally this show from a distance, basically. It's a 10-minute drive. So I look forward to being there tomorrow at WrestlePro and to see you guys out there. Because why the fuck not? Mike, how's your week been this far, though, bro?
Man, my week has been, it's been quiet. Been watching all of the, the shows, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. I can give 3 shits about Clash of Champions this Sunday because they took one match that I was looking forward to off the card. So,
really?
Hey, but really? Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Again, bro, I've been out of the loop of a lot of shit. I do know the finale of the King of the Ring. Keep that in mind as well. Wow, I didn't see that one coming, honestly. But let's tell you what. Let's get into our prediction for Sunday, if you will. By the way, there might be some noise in the background on my end because fun little fact, Mike.
Yeah.
Did you know that next door to my house is a tattoo parlor right now?
Oh, really?
So because it's Friday the 13th, they're doing a special sale for tattoos for $10 to $20 to $30.
Oh, okay. So
On
it's a long line.
no, it's like you walk in and you could get a tattoo for $10 or $20 or $30 on like horror themes though and shit.
Oh, I mean, that's cool.
Which is again cool, but it's like, bruh, like to me, here's my thing, right? And again, I don't have a tattoo. I want to get one down the road. To me, though, I feel like a tattoo, there should be a meaning behind it. I feel like nowadays we live in a society where people just get one for the sake of just getting one. Almost. That's the vibe I get.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But
I mean, listen.
it's a lot of horror lovers out there. You don't know, like people might, think like, oh, I grew up watching, Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm gonna get a Freddy tattoo, or I'm gonna get a Hellraiser tattoo, or I'm gonna get a House of a Thousand Corpses tattoo because I really like the cinematography of the stuff. So, it might mean something to some people, but some people, yeah, they get dumb tattoos for no reason. So it's like it's a two-way street.
Exactly. And to me, again, there should be a meaning behind it. You know what I mean? Like, I see people who look like human canvases, bro. A walking human canvas. Like, bruh, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but with those type of people, I think those type of people know what they put on their body. I know, like, the first couple might have been stupid, but from there on in, they probably know what they have on their body.
Exactly. Also,
so I really don't judge them.
Also at my job, bro. I know. Listen, we're gonna get into the predictions. Just calm down, okay, people. Calm the fuck down, okay. So the other day, a guy showed up to my store that I work at in the afternoons with a knife.
Oh my god!
And he was proceeding again. I guess he didn't take his medication because usually he's a regular customer that walks in. You know what I mean? A regular, again, just one of the regulars, right? Apparently he didn't take his medication, and he shows up. He starts banging a knife on the registers and shit, and he proceeds to slit his throat, or begins to do it, and he gets stopped by security.
So he was gonna commit suicide in front of everybody?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Exactly. To tell you the truth, guys, if you are getting a tattoo, it has to have meaning. Exactly. Thank you, Metal Skull. You're absolutely right on that. You are absolutely right. A tattoo should have meaning behind it. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. Like me, if I'm getting my tattoo, I'm getting my mother's name. I'm getting my mother's name. And the second tattoo that I'll probably get, and again, you guys may laugh at me for this one, but I'm gonna get a tattoo of a teddy bear, a teddy bear's head, because the teddy bear was a symbol of my childhood. I know it's kind of weird for me to say that, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, bro? But it was a symbol of my childhood. You know what I mean? So I might get Ted's head, if you will. But we'll see. Again,
What, you had a Teddy Ruxpin?
Or the bear from Toy Story.
Oh,
I might get that, yeah. like right here on the arm, like on top of the arm and shit.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna get like pimped out, like keep it like, cool and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it cool, whatever, right? That's the plan. But the point of the back to this guy though, right? And so I show up to work. And keep this in mind, I was like on an hour's sleep, right, from my other job. So I show up, I see police, like 3 police cars. We're talking the SUV. We're not talking the regular police car that you see, whatever. But we're talking like SUV cars, right? Literally at my store. I'm like, what the fuck happened, right? So I walk in and they tell me what happened. I'm like, wow. Holy shit. And keep this in mind, like, it's crazy because you wouldn't expect that from people. And again, the guy that did this comes into the store on a daily basis. He comes in there.
So this is at the grocery store you work at, right?
Yes.
Okay.
At the grocery store that I work at. And he went apeshit, apparently. He lost his fucking mind, dude.
Ooh.
And the thing is, think about this, right? If the guy would have gone through with the shit, if he would have gone through with it, bruh, the store would have been closed for the day.
Yeah,
I
probably.
wanna believe that. I wanna believe the store would have been closed for the day. I wanna believe that, we would have not been open. The news people would have came in, that fun stuff. But that's just around the point, though. That's just around the point, if you will.
That's
But
freaking. I couldn't imagine the people that were there to even witness that.
yeah, bro, I was scared. People were screaming and shit. Apparently, one of my coworkers filmed, like, she recorded the video,
Yeah.
and the whole thing she recorded on her phone, right? And they called her upstairs because their fear was, oh, she's gonna upload the video on social media, but she did not. She didn't do that, not to my recollection. And
Yeah.
I can imagine, like, yo, if you're a supermarket, like, if you're a chain supermarket, right? The last thing you want to have happen is have your reputation dragged to the fucking ground.
Yeah. It's the same way with schools too. A fight breaks out and they put it on the internet and then they find the person who did it and they suspend them.
Nah, so tell me why I'm on Facebook today, right? And again, keep this in mind. I barely go on Facebook nowadays. I barely go on Facebook. Like, so guys, if you want to hit me up nowadays, it's on Twitter. It's Twitter at Heel Steven. That's where you just hit me up on nowadays. If I go on Facebook nowadays, it's whatever because of call. Because again, I also do call, which is eFed. I do eFed as well, right? I'm loyal to one Fed, COH. Just around the point though, right? But other than that, I rarely go on Facebook, right? And apparently people have been posting these, like, how when you go on the gram, right? You see, like, oh, you gotta push the button to watch this sensitive video and shit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So apparently now it's on Facebook, right? And it's these two kids fighting. I guess it's after school or in front of the school, whatever, right? And they're slap boxing, and you can just tell, again, these two kids have no type of hand-eye coordination when it comes to fighting. And I guess it's a meme as well because they play in the background, and his name is John Cena, and it's this security guard dressed up in camouflage, like army pants and shit, tackles the shit out of these two kids. Tackles the shit out of these two kids, and one of the kids was just laying there on the ground, like, after what the fuck happened. If I can find the video, Mike, I'll share it to you, brother. If I can
Yeah.
find the video, I gotta. If I can.
Yeah, speaking of that sensitivity stuff, I'm mainly on Instagram with my personal account. And lately, I've been seeing that all through my timeline, and I click them, and they're all like dog stuff, like people abusing dogs and stuff like that. And there's one um, IG account where there's, sorry to say it, and it's a bad stereotype, but sorry to say it, an Asian dude boiling these dogs in their cages with hot water.
God damn, bro. Really?
Yeah, and they're like small dogs and medium-sized dogs and stuff like that. And it's like celebrities. It's like celebrities reposting this and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to like
Yeah.
see that type of stuff. I understand you want to get awareness and get the guy taken down, possibly get him in jail, but still, I don't want to see that. So I had to go dark on social media for like a cool 2 days
It
after
happens,
seeing
bro.
that because I got a dog of my own.
It happened. You know what, dude? At the same time, bro. Um, um, what's crazy too sometimes, bro? Like, I even, like you, like, yeah, I see this stuff and it's disgusting. Like, yo, why do people even share this shit? Like, yo, seriously. When I go on social, like again, I don't go on Facebook that often anymore. When I do, I don't want to see people sharing. I don't know, people blending chicks. So this is how McDonald's make their chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Or this is how McDonald's makes their fucking, I don't know, Big Macs, and they kill and you see them shooting the cow. Like, bro, fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or this is how Popeyes is making their chicken sandwich versus Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, at that point that's like propaganda at that point.
Speaking of chicken, did you hear that President McDonald's, dude? It will be competing against Popeyes and Chick-fil-A when it comes to the chicken sandwich.
They have to beat out Wendy's first because Wendy's chicken sandwich is up there with both of them.
But I think though, if okay, we're talking. Okay, I've had a Wendy's chicken sandwich before, right?
Yeah.
A regular plain chicken sandwich. We're not talking anything with no tomatoes. We're talking just a plain old chicken thing with lettuce and mayo, right? Is that
Right.
okay? If we're talking volume size, Popeye and Chick-fil-A murders Wendy's.
Oh yeah. Cause I think that chicken sandwich is like this big.
Yeah, it really, really is. But I know people again want to hear for the wrestling. They want to hear us talk about professional wrestling. God damn it, Steve and Mike. We're dorks, but want to hear you talk about pro wrestling, guys. We're here for the Clash of the Champions, pal. Oh, all right, goddamn, calm it down, though. Take a chill pill, all right? Anyway, because again, I've been out of the loop. I really have been out of the loop on all this shit. So, let me. I haven't even loaded up the fucking Wikipedia page for this shit yet. For WWE Clash of Champions. God damn, pal.
Yeah. So did you say that you didn't see Raw?
I saw parts of it.
Okay.
Well,
You said you watched SmackDown?
No, I did not watch SmackDown, but I called the clips on the YouTube page. I did watch parts of Raw. I did. I'm gonna say this overall about Raw. I thought overall, listen, the nostalgia was great. The nostalgia, Stone Cold Steve Austin showing up, having a beer bash, stunning Styles twice, is fine and dandy. But you know what it showed? That Stone Cold Steve Austin in 2019 is more over than any person on that roster.
Yeah, because you see, I wasn't expecting Stone Cold to come out at the end once the bell rang. As soon as the bell rang, his music hit again, and they had like 3 minutes to spare. So that's why Stone Cold was jogging down to the ring because he was like, I got 3 minutes to get this beer bash going.
Not only that, too. Okay, we're doing a contract signing. Okay,
Right.
and this again, I'm picky with in pro wrestling, dude. I am picky with shit. Okay. And again, maybe because again I watch also boxing and MMA. Okay, keep that in mind as well.
Right.
So you mean to tell me this is last month, this past Monday was the go home show at the Garden, MSG, the first Raw and SmackDown, well, the first Raw for that matter, right? In almost 10 years, right? At the Garden, after neglecting MSG for 10 years for the Barclays Center, right?
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me that was your go home show, and you were having a contract signing for a match that's been announced and promoted on social media and on television for weeks, and you're now doing a contract signing? Do you realize how stupid that is, Mike?
Yeah, it is. Especially that they didn't even get it done the night that they were supposed to get it done.
Like, can you
Because
imagine? Can you imagine, bro? If this was the UFC, right? And last weekend, Khabib fought Dustin Poirier, right? In Abu Dhabi. Khabib murdered. He just.
I watched it. I seen it.
He washed Dustin Poirier, right?
Yeah, seen it live.
Can you imagine, bro, if they had a contract signing the week of the fight? Yeah, they've been promoting, they've been training for 8 weeks or so. Can you imagine how dumb that looks?
Yeah, signed their contracts at the weigh-in the day before.
It's dumb, bro. Like, again,
Yeah.
I'm very big on detail. I really, really am. But again, it showed me that Stone Cold Steve Austin is still over his shit all these years later. Yeah. Other than that, did this show get me excited for Clash of Champions? Absolutely not. It didn't.
Do you think when Stone Cold, because you know the what thing is Stone Cold's thing, right? So when you hear wrestlers say,
Don't want me.
like, oh, I hate, like, say out loud, like, oh, I hate when you guys do that, but for one night, because he's here, I'm gonna let the what let rain.
Well, yeah, no. Like, you gotta understand this, bro. He's the one that started it. Granted, it's like when. Okay. It's like when Kurt Angle, right? The "You suck" chant, right? You suck. You suck. Again, he's used to that shit. Granted, it's kind of weird. Like, okay, why the fuck are we chanting he sucks when he's this legend, Hall of Famer, all the fuck you want? But yet, he's embraced it, right? Austin invented the what chant. You know how Jericho put over the word it? Austin put over the word what? And regardless, people are still going to chant that. It's like chanting yes, it's like chanting no, it's like chanting CM Punk.
Yeah.
Sadly, that's what it is. But, you know, with Austin, I guess it's the exception. If he's there, fine. But other than that, 9 times out of 10, when he's not there and there's some random hick town like Alabama. Sorry, Conrad. My bad. Fuck you. My bad. Fuck you, Conrad.
He's got a new podcast out now.
I mean, he's stealing money from another fucking wrestling name.
Yeah, he's got a new podcast with Arn Anderson.
So let me guess, he has a podcast with Jim Ross, right? Grilling with JR, Tony Schiavone, Bruce Pritchard, Eric Bischoff, right? And now Arn, that's 5 people.
Yeah.
And yet no one still does not know who the fuck he is.
Really? There's still people that don't know who Conrad is?
What I mean is, like, okay, we don't know him, the person. Yeah, we know he's the mortgage guy. Fine, he married a Flair. But who is he, though? The person, he doesn't have a personality. Let me ask you a question, bro. If Conrad Thompson did a show by himself, would you listen?
No, nobody would.
Exactly.
No.
The fact that, think about this, right? And I know Soup mentioned this shit, and it's think about it, right? This guy has multiple Patreon accounts for all these different podcasts. So he's making money off all these different Patreons. Think about that, yo. And people didn't catch on to that shit. Think about that. Think about it. He has a Patreon he has a Patreon for 83 weeks, a Patreon for what happened when, a Patreon for something to wrestle with, a Patreon for I'm assuming Grilling with JR, and I'm pretty sure real soon with Arn Anderson, and they're all separate Patreon accounts where this guy is fucking making money off. And again, every fucking dork that loves AE, and again, and then to do it, and I know it comes off like we're bashing AEW here, but no, we're not. But every fucking dork that forks over for StarCast and shit like that, I gotta fork money over again. I'm surprised, Mike. It finally dawned on you, finally, bruh.
Yeah, I just didn't think about it that way. I thought all them Patreons was under one umbrella.
Bro, it was not, bro.
But wow, I didn't.
And think about this, bro. This guy has and I talked about this on Around the Point. Another StarCast coming up. An unnecessary StarCast, dude.
I feel like he's only doing that.
But think about this, right? I gotta assume the Full Gear is AEW's filler pay-per-view. Right?
Freaking Fyter Fest was their filler pay-per-view.
Nah, but think about this though, right? You doing another StarCast? I'll put it this way. I said this on Around the Point. This is why I can appreciate WrestleCon. WrestleCon only happens once a year. Granted, it's a 2-day event, 3 days tops, but it happens once a year during WrestleMania weekend. Can you imagine if WrestleCon did a convention for every single time WWE was going to do a fucking pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Think about that for a sec. But yet, people be like, oh, man, what the fuck, man? But yet, AEW, StarCast is doing this, and everyone's... You know what's funny? They posted on Twitter a couple days ago, and I quote-tweeted this shit. I quote-tweeted this. This is so fucking hilarious. They're like, who should we have as a guest? Or who do you want to see, right? And this is what I posted on Twitter, and quote, does it even matter? You can advertise the lunch lady, and Dorks will still fork over money. You can do an interview with Marco Stunt, and Dorks will fork over money on Fight TV. Oh, how about another fake weigh-in? Wait to overkill your own convention. Regardless, Dorks will fork over the cash. I mean, where's the lie in that?
Yeah, because there's no lie.
I mean, also, is there? And guess what? I wonder, will there be a podcast row? Will there be?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Will people have to pay another $1,000 just to sit on some random ping pong table?
That's what they gave them, ping pong tables?
Not like they sit there in a table, right? I guess they get a press pass. And again, I haven't been to a Starcast, so how dare you say that, Steve? But I can only imagine. Yeah, you sit on a table. It's like, you ever seen those like dates where you sit down and you got to talk to a girl for 10 minutes and then they give you another girl to talk for 7 minutes and shit like that? I'm assuming that's how it is. You sit down, right? A wrestler comes up to you, you interview them for 10 minutes or so, and then you're on to the next one, next one. But the reality is, though, with this belief that your podcast gets over is rover, right? But then you don't. Then you don't. And again,
see, here's the thing.
You don't charge the press, bro. You don't charge the press. Listen, go on, Mike. Go on. After this, we gotta get to the predictions, though. After this.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. I was wondering. I was like, man. And at the second one, I was like, all right, he has to do a second one. And then when the third one happens, I was like, all right, what is he gonna do next? Like, who's gonna even show up? like how's he even going? And now they're on the fourth one. I was like, where is this one gonna be? Like in the Carolinas, right?
Baltimore. The fourth one's gonna be in
Baltimore.
Now think about this, right? Did you know what they had as one of the lists of events to do at StarCast that week? StarCast 2.
What?
Watch the movie, Ready to Rumble, with David Arquette.
Oh yeah. I told y'all that. Yeah, I remember that.
People sat there to watch Ready to Rumble with David fucking Arquette. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. It's like, why would you pay money to see a movie that half the people got the DVD of, but watch it with the guy who starred in it? It was like, I'm pretty sure David Arquette didn't want to watch Ready to Rumble.
And yet, keep this in mind. You're inviting people, legends, right, to talk about matches that WWE owns the rights to. So you can't even show the match.
Right.
So you know what, though? Again, I don't want this. I know we just went on a little rant here, a little tantrum. I don't want this to be about that. Because after all, we do got some stuff to get into. We got to do predictions. So let's get into the predictions right now. Like, we're like, I would say about probably 20 minutes in, 27 minutes in. Let's get to the predictions, okay? So here we are, guys.
Yeah, let's get to the
Clash of Champions goes down this Sunday, live on the WWE Network. It takes place at the Spectrum Center from Charlotte, North Carolina. There's 11 matches on the show, Mike.
11 matches that I don't care about.
11 matches. And remember, Mike, every title's on the line, Mike.
For once, because last Clash of Champions, it wasn't.
Every title, Mike, is on the line.
Every single title.
Every single title, Mike, is on the line, believe it or not. So let's get this started, shall we? So we start off with well, keep this in mind, Mike, there isn't a kickoff match on according to Wikipedia. There's no kickoff match, by the way.
No, they'll probably make the Cruiserweight Championship a kickoff match.
Okay, so let's get into that. We have Drew Gulak versus Humberto Carrillo versus Lince Dorado in a triple threat for the Cruiserweight Championship. Again, I don't watch 205 Live.
Me neither.
I know that a couple of weeks ago, I did watch like an episode, and I guess it was Isaiah Scott versus Drew Gulak. There was that, but whatever. Honestly, again, it should be a fun match. I like Humberto Carrillo from what I've seen from him. Whenever I watch 205 Live here and there, From what I've heard, though, Mike, and I don't know if, again, chime in on this if you can. There's talk that the entire division and the show is going to be RIP.
Uh, yeah, and after further looking, they're probably going to be done as a. I don't know if they're going to be done. I think from what I just saw and what I just read before coming on here, it seems like that Triple H is hinting that it's not going to fully go away, but it's going to go under the NXT umbrella, which it should have been in the first place.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that's what I've
absolutely.
heard and that's what I saw.
Yeah, that's absolutely. I think again that crowd, that audience will appreciate that title, that um the matches in general. They'll appreciate it, especially in Full Sail. So
Yeah.
why the fuck not? I think, you know what, it's a good place for them. And again, imagine again people going crazy at a takeover for Drew Gulak versus, I don't know, who's kind of a cruiserweight right now on NXT right now.
Who's cruiserweight champion?
Like who's cruiserweight material on NXT right
Oh,
now?
who's everybody?
Okay. Imagine, I don't know, Drew Gulak versus Bobby Fish.
Yeah, Drew Gulak versus Bobby Fish, Drew Gulak versus Kyle O'Reilly, Drew Gulak versus Roderick Strong, Drew Gulak versus Angel Garza,
Yeah.
Drew Gulak versus Trevor Lee or Cameron Grimes,
Or
excuse me.
Drew Gulak versus Jordan Miles, ACH. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Jordan Miles.
But you get the
You know,
gist of
people
it.
like that.
You get the idea, though. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but again,
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Once people start caring about it, then that's when the people are gonna flock to it. That's when
exactly,
people are gonna appreciate it more. People don't appreciate it now because it's not there to be appreciated at this point.
exactly.
Like if you're a diehard, you're gonna watch it. But I like it, but I'm not interested. It's just too much right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that being said, I'm gonna go with I don't care. Uh, I'm assuming Gulak retains here. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm going with Gulak. Move on.
We have here Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defending the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville of Fire and Desire. Uh, I think it was a week ago or so where Fire and Desire picked up a non-title win on SmackDown Live.
Yeah, the botch promo became a reality.
Exactly. There you go with that. Um, I don't know. I mean, that was it. There was that loss, and you know what's funny though? And again, I watched the clips here right, on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Alexa and Nikki got cheered.
Yeah, ain't that weird?
It's like they
Wait a
made
minute, what, on the clips, not at the actual show.
no. So if you watch like the YouTube, like here's the thing, I watch the YouTube clips, right? But I watch on different
Oh,
channels.
that's piped in. That's piped in.
No. So I watched from like a different channel. Cause peep this, right? When Bailey came out, she got cheered. But if you watch
Oh
the
yeah, she got. Yeah,
but if you watch the WWE edited version, she's getting booed.
yeah, that was piped in booze.
Yeah. Um, this should be a fine match. I do see Nikki Cross and Alexa retaining 50-50 booking here. And there's that. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. We then go from that to Shinsuke Nakamura versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm pretty sure Sami Zayn will be cornering Shinsuke Nakamura. What the fuck has happened to The Miz, dude?
What the fuck is happening to all three of these guys?
Yeah, this is like, okay, we have nothing for you. Yeah, Nakamura, you're the champ, but we're really doing nothing with you right now. So here you go. Miz, I feel like has just lost all credibility since losing to Shane at WrestleMania. Losing to Shane at was it
He never beat
he
Shane.
never beaten Shane. Like the fact that he lost to Shane, his credibility is gone. He's
Yeah, he didn't get his payoff. That's where WWE lacks everything. They don't know how to do the payoff anymore. And that proved it to you because freaking everybody was pulling for Miz and they didn't do the payoff.
facts. 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 That being said, again, who's winning this? Oh shit! Never mind. Wrong video. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. Let's see here. I think Nakamura retains. I see Nakamura retains. Keep this in mind, though. They did upload a video. It's on their YouTube channel, by the way. It's, I guess, like the 40th, the I guess like the 40th anniversary of the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, I like the thumbnails. You got freaking the first Intercontinental Championship, the Attitude Era, no, the Golden Era or whatever. They all holding all of the Intercontinental Championship belts. I'm surprised they still got the original. I wonder where they dug that up at.
No, they have it stored though. Like it's in good condition too.
Yeah, it looks freaking brand new.
Yeah.
You know, they should replica that, the very first one. They should replica that.
You know what's unique too, bro? They're not Velcro belts, Mike.
Yeah, they're not Velcro.
They're not Velcro belts, man. That's unique, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
because I was looking at the thumbnail. I was like, man, that original one with that green strap, it looks very nice.
Yeah. That being said, you know what though? See what you went about Miz though, but I guarantee you, Miz, believe it or not, will get a good match out of Nakamura.
Yeah, he probably will.
I believe so. I believe Miz will give Nakamura a good match. I know people when they view Miz, they give him like, oh, you know, I think it was Solomon who said this on the latest episode of the Sound Off. Like if you put Miz in NXT UK or NXT, he's doomed. I kind of disagree with that. I think, believe it or not, for all the shit that Miz has gotten over the years, the one thing that's good about the one thing that's true about him, he can give you a good match.
Yeah. I think if you put him in UK, he won't be doomed. You put him in regular NXT, I think he will be doomed.
No. I think, bro, imagine Miz versus Velveteen Dream. Miz as a heel versus Velveteen Dream.
Well, yeah, because Velveteen Dream fights that WWE, like he's true WWE style Velveteen Dream. If you really look at his style, he's really true WWE. Everybody else fights like an indie person. You know, it's like 90, it's like 80%, 85% indie, and whatever else percent WWE.
Or imagine Miz versus Matt Riddle. Just saying, like.
Yeah, Matt Riddle, yeah, because their styles, I think, complement Miz.
Yeah, exactly. But that's just around the point. Again, guys, chime in on that as well. I'm going with Nakamura winning this match for the simple fact that I think Nakamura needs to win here. Honestly, like, yeah, this is that, of course. But there you go.
Both of these guys need a win, but I think I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna go with Miz.
Okay, there you go with Miz.
I think he's tied with Jericho in Intercontinental wins. I think he breaks it at Clash of Champions.
Despite Jericho?
Despite Jericho.
Damn, bro. Does that mean that Miz will take a sip of the bubbly?
Yep, take a sip of the bubbly.
You know what's funny, bro? I've seen all the memes past couple of days, like all the songs that they've added, and then they add Jericho saying bubbly.
Yeah, no.
You know what's one song I wish they did, bro? Shug by the Baby, yo.
Oh my god. I gotta see how that would work. Where would they put the bubbly?
Back in the middle. The bubbly. I don't know. Who knows?
So you would subtract the yeah with the bubbly.
Yeah. Bubbly. A little bit of the bubbly.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
That would be dope, yeah. We have here what I think will be the match of the night, believe it or not. We have AJ Styles versus Cedric Alexander. If you guys watched on Raw this past Monday, it was supposed to be Cedric versus Styles in a one-on-one match. It got interrupted because the club got the OC got involved, and it became it was an 8-man tag or 10-person tag on Raw this past Monday as the main event, where Cedric pinned Styles. And I'll say this: I love how people sell the lumbar check.
Yeah.
I think it's the best way to sell. I think it's the best selling to a finisher, the lumbar chop.
Yeah, the reason why I know about Cedric Alexander is because of the lumbar check he put on Candice LeRae in that Indies that blew up a couple years back. That's
Yeah,
blowing up again right now.
yeah, I heard about that. I mean, yeah, that was then. I feel like then,
Yeah, that
bro.
was
You
it.
got. I feel like then though, bro. You just had to do shit to get your voice heard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know,
And
but that's what because I saw it randomly going up Instagram. I was like, holy! I was like, whoa.
yeah, pal. Candace doesn't fuck around, dude. Candice LeRae doesn't fuck around by no means at all.
Yeah. Didn't she take a chair shot too?
No, she took a super kick by I want to say it was Matt Jackson from the Young Bucks, and he had on a shoe. It's a shoe that had thumbtacks in the bottom. I'll tell you what I'll do.
Oh.
I'll send you the link if I can.
And didn't she blade before too?
Yeah, that made her bleed. Um,
Oof.
I'm finding it right now, but yeah, yo, that was very brutal though. It was very fucking brutal. But one thing about Candice LeRae, though, yo, she takes like a champ.
Yeah.
I want to believe, dude. I want to believe that. Um, I want to believe that in a one-on-one match, I think Johnny loses to Candice LeRae. That's what I want to believe. Mike, I'm gonna send it to you in our Facebook chat, all right? For the record, okay?
Okay, you said who loses to Candice LeRae?
Gargano, in my humble little opinion, but that's just around the point, Mike. Anyway, I think again, Styles and Alexander will be the match of the night. Um, and believe it or not, though, oh shit, wrong person. Oh, I sent it to the wrong person.
They will be like, what the heck is
Yeah,
this?
like imagine what the fuck, man? This some porn and shit. The fuck, man. There you go, Mike. Send our group chat. When you get a
All right,
chance.
that's
When you get a chance. Point is though, again, I'm gonna go with Styles. I think Styles retains here. I think they do the whole like, oh my god, he almost won it, but they don't do it type of stuff here.
yeah.
That's just me. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I'm going with Styles. I don't think they can bury Styles. They can only bury his jabronis.
Yeah. There you go with that. So Styles retains the United States Championship. We then go from that to Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan in a no disqualification match. So Eric Rowan is the guy that was basically the guy that's responsible for almost running over Roman Reigns. He's responsible for that attack that happened on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago, where all that shit just dropped on Roman, right? And now Eric Rowan is on the loose. He's no longer in control of Daniel Bryan. And all this screams for a match that Roman should definitely win with no problem whatsoever. That's my opinion. Even though at the same time, I think Rowan on the mic is shit. That's just me, of course. I just don't I don't connect with it. No, bruh. To me, he's still garbage, man. I'm going with Roman Reigns to get the win.
Dude, when I found out, not when I found out, when all of this stuff led up to just not Rowan being the guy, and they gave him his full name back. You know, it's Eric Rowan again. It's not just Rowan. When it led up to just him being the guy and not Daniel Bryan, like Daniel Bryan's going away. Yeah. Hopefully not. Hopefully there's some type of swerve. If this doesn't turn out to be a swerve during or at the end of this match, WWE has lost their everlasting fucking mind. Because why on God's green earth would you pick out of the two people out of the Wyatt family Eric Rowan over Luke Harper?
Yep.
Why? We all knew Eric Rowan was the weak one.
because I guess the reality is that they want someone to help them get over. You think about it, right? We know we know that Luke Harper is over without the help of Brian or Bray. We know how good he is, right? But Luke Harper's in a fucked. He's right now in a fucked up situation for requesting his release. Here's Eric Rowan, who we know is shit. We know that, but they're
like this will be the worst match of the night.
I think it will be, but it's a match that Roman should easily win.
Yeah, he should easily win, and if this feud goes away, God help us all going into October with the Fox deal. God help us all. Because if this is the best you could come up with, it started out strong and it ended like shit. Like I said before, WWE has lost their way to execute the payoff.
Yeah.
The payoff is key. And somehow throughout the years, they have forgotten how to do the payoff.
Yep. Facts, homie. Facts. We then go from that to the New Day of Big E and Xavier Woods defending the SmackDown Tag Team Championships versus the Revival of Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson. If you remember on SmackDown the past couple of weeks, the Revival with Randy Orton have been having their way with Kofi Kingston, members of the New Day as well. I don't see all three members walking out with belts, that being Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder, and Orton. It's not happening. I'm going with the New Day to retain here. Probably a disqualification, in my honest opinion, so there's that.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Vince doesn't like people like factions anymore having all the belts. I think the last WWE faction to have all the belts was Evolution.
Well, I'm pretty sure Vince will be upset come next week when Roderick Strong beats Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, that's true. But that's not Vince's shit. That's Triple H's shit, and he knows what's right.
God damn, it's my payroll, pal. Ha ha, it's my payroll.
But yeah, so Vince doesn't like putting all the belts on people at once. Even though the New Day has majority of the belts, they have what? The tag team and the WWE Championship. So that's pretty much all the belts because the Intercontinental is obsolete right now. So realistically, the New Day has all the belts.
Facts.
So why can't Orton and the Revival have all the belts? Because Vince doesn't like the Revival.
Nope, they don't like the Revival at all, Mike. You better make sure they sign that new deal, Mike. God damn it.
Right. They signed the new deal. They gave them titles short. And they treated them like trash with the Shane stuff. And now they're with Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know why. At this point, why they're with Randy Orton.
So I'm going with the New Day via disqualification here.
Yeah, I'm going with New Day straight up. I think they just beat them.
Okay. From there, we go to the other tag team title match for the Raw tag team titles. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman versus Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode won, I think, was a fatal 4-way tag team match, I think it was, or a gauntlet on Raw a couple weeks ago. Is that what happened?
For what now?
To become the number one contenders for the Raw tag team titles.
Oh, it was a tag team turmoil.
Okay, turmoil match. Okay. This will probably open the show. I think this will open the show. I think that they're going to start doing that tease. Hey, will they lose their titles? And honestly, I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening. I think it's a good tease all the fuck you want. But I see Braun and Seth retaining their titles here. The tag team titles.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Uh no, I don't. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I see them losing the titles
Okay.
and them being so mad at each other that that's what fuels the championship match, even though they'll probably be a little beat up. Maybe Seth will be, but Seth will retain the championship.
Yeah.
So I see, unfortunately, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode becoming your Raw Tag Team Champions. Unfortunately. And then the Street Profits come in.
I bring the swag like nobody else.
Yeah, then that will, because they've been teasing that they want the smoke, so they can't beat Seth and Braun. That's sort of a different power scale, so they can beat um, Rude and Ziggler. So I think that's the pedalist
Okay.
for them.
Could be. Could very well be.
Could be it could be a setup for the Viking Raiders as well, wherever the
Yeah.
fuck their name is.
Exactly. We then have for the Raw Women's Championship, the Boss versus the Man. Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks.
Yeah,
Believe it or not, I see this match going to a no contest, Mike.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you on that because I thought long and hard on that too.
Me too. I paused for like, wait a minute, how's it gonna go down? Again, it should be a fun match. I think it's the match that makes sense out of all the women on the Raw roster. Um, I wish Sasha would have gone into more personal details in her promo when did she take this time off and shit, right? Other than that,
Hmm.
it's a match that I can see going back and forth, going into like a fight. This is a fight. Let's take that back. This is a fight, if you will, right? And I
Yeah,
see this going. If it's not a no contest, some controversy bullshit. Like I don't know, both shoulders were down. I don't fucking know, but you kind of get the idea.
right.
We go from that to the SmackDown Women's Championship match. We have Bayley versus Charlotte Flair. Bayley defending the SmackDown Women's Championship. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I know people are enjoying the Bayley heel turn, and granted, what she needed, right? But so my question is to you guys: is Charlotte Flair now the babyface in this whole thing?
Yep.
So I'm supposed to believe that both Bayley, that both Charlotte and Becky are now buddies again, teaming up against Charlotte. About teaming up against Sasha and Becky and Bayley.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think this is the thing that I thought on too. I think the reason why this is happening is because I think down the line, they're trying to get. I think they want to build the four horsewomen to feud with each other to get this, animosity out of out of the way, and then they can bring up the MMA women, and then when Ronda Rousey's finger is ready to go, she can come back, and then ready for Survivor Series, and they have four horsewomen versus four horsewomen.
Now that being said, do we see Charlotte 10 reigns? No. I think Bayley wins.
Yeah, yeah, Bailey wins.
I think, especially now there's been talk apparently Charlotte being in trouble for what Rick her father's doing, trying to, I
Yep.
guess, get the rights to the man name. It's just kind of petty, immature, but whatever. Bailey wins
Hey,
it.
I'm happy. Thank you, Rick, for ending the possible 16-time champion Charlotte Flair. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay, there you go.
I'm happy. I'm not happy for Andrade because Andrade's been losing.
I know that's true. Um, he's not even on the show, which is sad. Um, where are we here? Okay, so I think we're down. Okay, we're down to two more matches. We have Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship.
I'm going with Rollins.
Me too. I would say Braun, but it's like,
No, he's never gonna win that.
He's
He's never gonna win a world title in WWE.
Maybe if he goes to
I don't see it.
Maybe if he goes to SmackDown, but
nope, not even SmackDown. Nope.
Okay, fair enough.
Nope.
I see Rollins retaining a match where Braun is beating the fuck out of him, but Rollins finds a way to win. He finds a way to win, and then from there we see the heel Braun for no reason whatsoever.
Right, because he's a tweener.
Exactly. We then get the main event of the evening. We have Kofi Kingston, which I know this will not main event. What the fuck? Who the fuck are we kidding? Right?
I don't even know why you even saved this for the end. Huh?
Okay. Yeah, show us some respect. The title. Come on now. We have Kofi Kingston defending the WWE Championship versus Randy Orton. Question is to you, Mike. Do we finally see it?
I don't know.
I think if anything,
go ahead.
I think if anything, what they could have done had Kofi win at SummerSlam, and then in the rematch is disqualification that leads to the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, because Hell in a Cell is up next, right?
Yep. Oh, shoot. We didn't mention this. Well, one more thing. Back to the Universal title match. And I think after the match, we see The Fiend come out and attack Rollins.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's going to happen.
Exactly. All right. Now
that's 100% going to happen.
Okay, now back to the Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston match. I want to see it happen. I want to see Orton become the new champion for the sake of, okay, let this run end. But again,
right.
We're trying to show that Kofi Kingston can have these great matches. You know, he's the fighting champion. But I feel like again, it just hit a dead end.
Yeah, I think it's time to give up the title. I think it's time for him to lose. But I don't know if they're gonna do it. Like, they gave him a lengthy title run, and I'm happy for WWE for doing that. But I'm also a little annoyed because it was opportunities that he could have lost maybe a couple pay-per-views ago, and they didn't do it. So
facts. And that, my friend. So with that being said, I say Kofi retains the championship here. Sadly.
Yeah, it's sad that the King of the Ring finals couldn't make this show, but now I don't care about the King of the Ring.
Why, bro? What if Chad Gable wins?
Who cares?
Shorty G.
I know he's not winning. Fucking Baron Corbin is winning. Well, how would it look? You know, baby faces don't keep the king gimmick.
Hey, Bret Hart didn't keep the gimmick. Stone Cold didn't keep the gimmick.
Stone Cold didn't keep the gimmick because he was eventually being loved.
Yeah. And I think that with Chad Gable, though, is this underdog story, right? That people are getting behind him. Yeah, it's dumb on this. Yeah, like, dude, outside looking in, it's dumb as shit. But if you go, like, inside of it, it's like, yo, people are cheering for him. It's like this underdog story that they made out of nowhere.
Yeah, but I lost interest when Kevin Owens lost, when Andrade lost, when they made that triple threat. I just lost interest because I knew as soon as they announced it, and then announced Baron Corbin was in it, I was like, Baron Corbin's gonna win. It doesn't even matter. So I'm not even gonna get my hopes up. So I didn't care from it from the beginning. Yes, there were good matches leading up to the final, but I still don't care. I don't care because you're fighting for the gimmick. You're not fighting for anything else.
Fair enough. So there's that. There's Night of Champions, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that show coming up this Sunday.
It's probably gonna be a shit show anyway. No, I doubt this gonna be good.
I mean, Mike. How many times have we said that about a WWE pay-per-view and they end up delivering?
Like, half these matches we didn't see for 3 weeks.
I know. I know that, but sometimes, bro, this is like the format, though, right? They do good the first hour of the pay per view. Second hour is like, Third hour is just downhill. And they pick it up at the end. But we'll see. I will do a review later on the night. It'll be live. It'll be our installment of Around the Point. So make sure you tune in for that one. So Mike, let's get some rapid fire going, if you will.
Yeah.
Because again, I've been out of the loop.
Where you want to start, man?
So we'll save the TNA news for the end.
Okay.
But let's get into this like rapid fire. Again, I've been out of the loop. On a lot of stuff. So Mike, you talk about it and then I'll just chime in. How about that?
All right. So they had a Fox photo shoot, for building up Fox, SmackDown being on Fox. And, leaked pictures came out, Becky Lynch, Rey Mysterio, Alexa Bliss, The Miz, Mandy Rose, and Randy Orton, so it's possible draft spoilers, because there's a draft brewing. So that's basically was a spoiler. So how you feel about that?
I mean, it's going to be weird. So it's Randy Orton, Mandy Rose,
Miz,
fine.
Rey Mysterio.
He was a SmackDown guy from the beginning, so.
Yeah, Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss.
So basically, that means Becky will probably lose the championship then.
Yeah, if you really think about it, yeah. Yep.
I mean, if the draft happens, it needs to be the end of the wild card rule. I want to believe that. It's kind of crazy too when you think about it, because the draft's coming up, right? But what's coming after that? Survivor Series. So that's like a whole thing of the only time a Raw superstar face the SmackDown stars. It's like, But it seems like it's a fun move. Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was expected that they were going to move a lot of the popular people over and keep some people that are popular already on the brand to Fox. So, yeah, it's not a shock to me.
Okay, let's move on.
All right. So this was something that I just found out. It says effective with the Royal Rumble 2020. This is coming from Dave Meltzer, the Wrestling Observer. WWE will no longer be running the same building and cities 4 nights in a row around major pay-per-views. So that means there will not be a Royal Rumble weekend. There won't be a WrestleMania weekend like that. There won't be a Survivor Series weekend, a SummerSlam weekend.
That's kind of stupid then. So
yeah.
Here's my thing.
Here's
my thing. Okay, I can understand. Okay, Rumble weekend I can understand. Fine, but WrestleMania, dude, that's where they make their money. Think about it, right? You got people traveling from all over the world, right? To spend 4 days, 5 days in wherever it's being located, right? Those days is wrestling paradise. That city, wherever it's at, is wrestling paradise. And you're not gonna make a weekend out of it, which you've been doing for years.
Yeah. I think that's kind of unfair to the overseas fans.
So what, you mean to tell me that after Mania they go to a different town for Raw?
Yeah, I think I think they do what they did in the past. I think they like WrestleMania. They would have like WrestleMania. This is the only thing that I can think of because it happened here. So WrestleMania 23, they had Raw at Joe Louis Arena at the time. So they stayed in Detroit for 2 days, and then they went somewhere else the rest of the weeks. So that's what I think they're gonna do. I think they're gonna have the pay-per-view like Royal Rumble, and then they're gonna have Raw the next day in the same place, and then they're gonna move on.
That's fine, but the idea, okay, so that I'm fine with. But to say that the weekend is gonna be gone, it's so stupid.
Yeah, because and this also ties in with Royal Rumble as well. There will not be a takeover
What?
paired with. There will not be a takeover paired with Royal Rumble. Um, it will now be replaced with World Collide.
Oh.
Yeah, so Royal Rumble. Yeah, that's why the weekend is like done. There will not be a takeover. Royal Rumble weekend. It will not be a takeover. It'll be Worlds Collide, and it'll probably be like that from now on with a lot of pay-per-views. So
Yeah, so
and
you mean to tell
another.
me to me to
Go
tell
ahead.
me will that show will this world colliding will it be in an arena or will it be like in the little convention center or wherever they have access and shit like that?
See, that's the thing that we don't know because that's with everybody. That's why it's called Worlds Collide. It's WWE, NXT, 205 Live, NXT UK, and whatever else they have paired with it. So it's a lot. And on top of that, dang, I had it in my brain. I don't know where it went, but on top of that, let me see if I can figure it out again. Um, oh yeah, on top of that, they might be um adding a couple more takeovers a year, and also they might be pairing the takeovers with AEW pay-per-views, like going head to head almost,
Okay, here's my thing.
or pairing them next to them. Like one day is the NXT pay-per-view, and then next day it's AEW.
But I mean AEW's on Saturdays though.
Well, yeah, they're on Saturday, so they might be going head to head.
I think that's dumb though. Here's the thing, okay? I get it. The fans can choose what the fuck they want to watch. It's fine and dandy. But it's fine if you do it on TV. But we do it on a pay per view? Like, come on, no. Granted, I think, and again, you gotta think I'm being a WWE defender when I say this shit. I think that NXT show will be more organized. It'll be shorter. It won't be this 5 hour long of a show or 7 hour like you see in AEW, where it's every single match is the same thing almost. But I think it's just so stupid though. Like, why, bruh? Why? If you didn't do it then, why are you doing it now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm also reading here. I think this was debunked, but um, it says that the 2020 NXT Takeover event schedule will be out of the near future.
Okay, that seems like interesting.
Yeah. So we will see how they will partner up these takeovers. Now that we know that Royal Rumble takeover is a no go, that's official. Like that's official. Worlds Collide with will be with the Royal Rumble 2020.
And
Okay, that's that.
and WrestleMania.
We don't know about WrestleMania yet,
Okay. Okay.
but that's that one. Um, And this was also I was talking about, the speculation that WWE will air takeover events the same nights as AEW pay-per-views. We already talked about that. Um, it says PW Insider note that the wrestlers contracted full time to AEW will finish up all independent dates in the next couple weeks. You're going to see Joey Janela's last appearance.
Well, technically, it's his final Wrestle Pro appearance. His final appearance, to my understanding, is at GCW, coming up at like the end of September,
Okay.
which is on a Monday. Which is like, what the fuck, bro?
Okay.
Well, yeah.
All right. And it says they also say that AEW will take more than just they will take more than just television each week. They'll also create content for outside usage, like uh, Bleacher Report Live.
So it's like, okay, it reminds me of when Impact did like Explosion. Remember that?
Yeah,
So like that
yeah,
almost right. Okay, fair enough. I mean, you gotta do content. I mean, to be fair, AEW is getting a lot of buzz. And granted, we've been critical about AEW for a long time. We have been, and we still are, right? But we want them to honestly succeed. We want them to kick ass. Fun little fact: I'm choosing AEW over NXT during this quote unquote Wednesday Night Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but that's the route I'm going with. But I think overall, dude, and again, I'm gonna get into this topic. I'll talk about by Impact Wrestling in a little bit, but the idea that AEW is doing all this content, I think is awesome. I enjoy the road to TNT. They told the story on Sammy Guevara, which I thought was pretty cool, and that's what they got to do to get people talking, and people are talking. There's that buzz. So
yeah. It makes sense. Yeah.
What do you think, Mike? What do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. I don't think there's nothing to add. It makes sense. More content, more buzz, more exposure.
But I think though at the same time, I apologize for cutting you off. I apologize. It has to be on the right people, though. It has to be on the right people.
Yeah.
You can't tell me you're gonna do a special on Marco Stunt or a special on. And I know I'm gonna go to hell for this one. I'm gonna go to hell, but a Nyla Rose, which they are. They already did. But fuck it. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what? I'm kind of curious on a Nyla Rose one, just to see more.
My question is this, and
again,
okay. Apparently, I read this on. I'm part of a Facebook page called the PW Hustle, which, guys, by the way, follow them on Facebook. Awesome stuff, right? Apparently, Baby Doll. I don't know if you are familiar with Baby Doll. She was a manager.
Yeah, she was like a valet for
the NWA. Like
Tully Blanchard, right?
Yeah, exactly. So she chimed in on her thoughts on the fact that AEW is going to likely, hand or award a transgender the women's championship, right?
Yeah.
And people were just giving a shit for it. And this is just my honest question. And again, I know I've had this conversation with Dave Sack on Facebook, like on our private messenger as well that I have with him. He's also one of the associate producers. He also is one of the associate producers of the show. Mm-hmm. And again, listen, I am all for everyone having equal rights. Believe it or not, don't think it's transphobia, homophobia, because it's not. Okay, just keep that in mind as we talk about this. Okay.
All right.
She just doesn't do it for me. I'm not sold.
She doesn't do it for a lot of people.
I'm not sold. Again, I get it. They're trying to sell a whole bag of goods. And this is what I hope happens. And I want people to understand this. I hope. And again, I said this in my review when I talked about All Out. I hope if you do give her the title, and again, I'm calling her. I'm calling Nyla Rose her, out of respect. I hope it's because of her in-ring ability, and not because it's an agenda. Not for look at this, look at us, we're standing out here, women's evolution. You get what I mean, like.
Yeah, but I kind of rolled my eyes at I'm pretty sure you did too. With the women's referee, the main event of All Out.
Aubrey Edwards?
Yeah, because of the commentary, how they were trying to put her over.
I mean, I thought it was good.
And it sounds so forced.
I mean, granted, yeah, it was forced, but at the same time, though, it's again, I thought it was awesome. I praised it, actually. I'm all for it. I thought it was great that, hey, it's the crown, the first ever world champion. And yeah, granted, they could have easily put Earl Hebner in that spot. You think about it, they could have easily put Earl Hebner. They could have put freaking Paul Turner if they wanted to, or Rick Knox.
Yeah, I'm just not saying that it's not bad that they put her in that spot. I'm just saying, like, they tried to hurry up and like, oh yeah, we don't what they say, they was like I wouldn't recommend. He said I wouldn't recommend anybody better. stuff like that. She's a damn good referee and all that type of stuff. It's just really putting her over the top. And then her, overselling the 2 count, the false finish and stuff like that. That shit kind of bothered me just a little bit.
I guess so. Apparently, um, they're filming in my town. HBO's filming in my town, actually. The Plot Against America.
Oh yeah.
They're filming it in my town. They're actually here today. HBO's in
Well,
my town.
what is, what is that?
I guess it's like a show on HBO.
What's the show called?
The Plot Against America.
The Plot Against America.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to look into that and see what that's all about.
We'll get to that a little bit. But the point is, though, this, okay? With Aubrey Edwards, again, I thought overall it was a good move on their part. Yeah, granted, did it come off a little forced? Yes. Don't be surprised if at the next takeover, okay, I guarantee. Okay, is the female referee for NXT still with the roster? I forgot.
Yeah, she referees on the main roster too, and they don't make it a big deal.
Oh, they will, bro.
They will now, but they don't. They didn't make it a big deal then. They said, they kind of glossed over it in the beginning, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. It kind of made you, give them props. Like, okay, cool, WWE got you, female referee. That's cool. She's really good too, and all that type of stuff. She do some of the men's matches as well. It's pretty dang good. Yeah. But now they're gonna have to oversell it because somebody else is overselling theirs.
Yeah.
Which is disgusting.
But back to the Nyla Rose thing, okay? Again, like I said before, I hope if she wins the belt, it's because of her in-ring ability. I want to believe it's because of that, but it's not because of that. It's an agenda.
Oh yeah,
that's what it is. And again,
yeah,
and I had this conversation again. I've had this conversation with SUCKA. And again, the question that we will have is how old was Nyla when Nyla Rose began the transition?
Yeah.
Because that will answer a lot of questions.
Yeah, because nowadays they start them young. They they start them young if they want to transition over.
Yeah. See, it's fine.
And it's disgusting.
Because if you see her, I believe that the transition for her happened at a late age. Hence why her features...
Yeah, how old is she? She's like late 20s, early 30s.
Let's find out, shall we?
Because she's like in her 30s, then I would say maybe when she entered her 20s, it happened.
Nyla Rose. Let's find out here, shall we? Yeah.
That's what I'm guessing, because I don't want to like misperceive her on that type of stuff. That stuff is touchy.
Okay.
And
Nyla Rose, is an American actor, professional wrestler. Rose is the First Nation person with Oneida heritage. Transgender. Okay, but I want to know her age though. That's my thing. And again,
it should be right there. You on Wikipedia?
I'm on it right now. She is. It doesn't tell me. Okay. She was. It doesn't tell me the date she was born.
Oh man, then fuck. We might be screwed, man.
It didn't tell me the date. It didn't tell me she was born in Washington. But it didn't tell me really, like, how old was she when she was born? It doesn't tell me that. Because that will answer a lot of questions. And again, we're not trying to, like, disrespect anyone here. We're not. It's just questions that everyone is asking. People are just curious again. That's what it is. But again, let's just get behind that. Not really, but let's just move on. Let's move on. That came out so wrong. God damn it. But again, good on AEW for trying to put content out there, get people talking, which is what you have to do. What you have to do right now.
Yeah, it doesn't even say nothing on her IMDb.
Yeah, bro. I only wonder, like, how was Nyla before the transition, though?
I don't know, but It doesn't. It really doesn't, because she was on a transgender show called Switch. She's a woman, so she's an actress.
What if,
She was,
bro? What?
yeah, she's.
Can I ask a question, dude? What if this whole time she was faking her to being transgender? She's an actual woman.
I doubt it. She has some male features.
I know she does, but what if this
Like
whole
her,
time? Because the thing I
that'd
thought,
be fucked up.
cause I think I talked with Sack as well, and then Sack said this as well. The thing is, you know for a fact someone's gonna get hurt by wrestling her in the ring. Someone's gonna get hurt, but it is what it is. Move on, right? Mike, what else, bro? What else?
Okay, let me look up. Okay, look through that stuff. All right. So, Dave Meltzer also said, all out numbers for pay per view were up. In the UK, but in the UK, they were significantly downside stateside. Oh no, they were up in the UK, but they were significantly down stateside.
I mean, did you expect people to spend what $50 or so?
Yeah, that's true.
Another thing too, and again, it's on a Saturday. People go out on Saturdays, man. I keep that in mind too.
Yeah.
And again, bruh, it's tough when, and I said this in my All Out review, it's the same shit. It's all the same. All Out, Double or Nothing, Fighter Fest, Fight for the Fallen. It's all the same.
Yeah. It all started right after Double or Nothing, Fighter Fest, and this show. Wasn't it a show before Fighter Fest?
No,
Fight for the Fallen.
Fight for the Fallen, Fighter Fest.
Yeah, Fighter Fest, Fight for the Fallen, and this show all blended together. It felt like I was watching a continuation of Fighter Fest and Fight for the Fallen.
With the exception of Fight for the Fallen, the stage set feels the same.
Yeah.
But anyway,
the stage is still the same.
They have an obsession with chandeliers. It's just like, okay. Anyway, let's move on.
Drew McIntyre is eyeing to return to the WWE after injury. He had minor surgery. It was muscle or bone related.
Okay.
Don't really know. Huh?
How long will he be out, or is he like returning, or?
No, he's set to return now. WWE is just probably finding a hard spot to put him back in, but he got injured somewhere in the King of the Ring tournament. He had minor surgery. He should be ready. He's ready to come back right now. They're just trying to figure out where he needs to come back to, what part he needs to come back in.
I think with him, and this is just my honest opinion, they have done no good with him. Just coming out of the main roster.
Yeah.
I feel like they need to really, when he comes back, really just go literally all out on him. No pun intended, but they need to really, again, pull the trigger on him.
Yeah, they do. And he was another reason why I fell out of the King of the Ring tournament, is because this was really should have been for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they didn't do it. And that really makes me angry, and it makes me question why he even came back to WWE.
I did it for the money. I don't know. I know Connor does a good impersonation of Drew McIntyre, but
yeah, he does.
Let's continue, Mike.
All right, so yeah, like we were talking about off air about WWE commentary teams making a significant change. This was broken by WrestleVotes and confirmed by others as well, hearing the same news, that the commentary team for both Raw and SmackDown will be shaken up past Clash of Champions leading into the Fox move, and probably during a upcoming draft, pretty much that will probably be announced during Clash of Champions, because they got to get all that stuff sorted out. which will have Michael Cole as play-by-play, along with Corey Graves as color on SmackDown, being a two-man booth. They're going back to two men on commentary, and that will have Vic Joseph taking the lead role on Raw as the main play-by-play, and maybe a Byron Saxton, maybe an Aiden English. I doubt if whatchamacallit, Renee Young will even be on commentary anymore. I think this is the end of her reign as on commentary.
She'll also be in commentary. From my understanding, to my understanding, she's gonna probably have her own show on FS1 regarding pertaining to WWE. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, and they also hired another girl too.
Yeah, Michelle McKenzie. Mackenzie Mitchell, I think it is, from TNA.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard. I know her. Pretty cute girl.
Yeah, they hired her, so she will be she will have a show. So maybe that'll be her partner in that show. Yeah. But commentary wise, they're going back to two people, most likely.
That's not bad. I mean, honestly, what I want to see shine in all this, believe it or not, Vic Joseph. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's amazing or anything like that, but from what I've seen, granted, again, I don't watch NXT UK. I don't watch 205 Live. Okay, like I'll watch it here and there, but from what I see from him, the guy isn't bad at all. He's not bad. Is he gonna mop the floor with everyone right now? No, but I think in due time, yeah.
Yeah, I think the problem that Vic Joseph will have, and that is what Mauro Ranallo will have, is back and forth talking with his color commentator if they're a heel or not. If the person is making sly remarks to them. I don't know if he has the charisma to talk back to him and reply. Yeah. Sort of like Mauro Ranallo had that problem too. He still has that problem, but he's a little more upbeat to it.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. We'll see, but hopefully, though, he does get a rub out of all this. Like he benefits from all this. I hope. It's sink or swim, absolutely.
Yeah. Moving on to the next thing, and we've heard this for a while. PW Insider has heard a tiered system with the WWE Network will launch in January of 2020, and the site is expected to have Evolve, ICW, Progress, and possible Chikara to be a Chikara, excuse me, on a premium tier. So say the premium tier is $15.99, you will get all of those. And they will probably
go on.
Oh no. Okay. So say the premium tier is $15.99 or $14.99. And they will have like a medium tier, which will probably be $9.99. And then they will have, you like tier, maybe a $4.99 or $5.99 or $7.99. And you'll probably get limited things.
I mean, I did hear about this for a while. They're gonna probably change the network up and all that stuff, right? What's funny though? I get billed from WWE Network every second of every month, right? I get billed.
Yeah.
And guess how much they charge me?
What?
They charge me $10.65.
Really? $10.65? Why?
I have no idea. I mean,
to me,
that's nothing. All right, fine. You basically charge me like what, 66 cents, whatever. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute. Did you do it? Did you do it through Apple?
No, it's basically no. It's just it comes out of my card. It comes out of my debit card. But I did check my statement, and it said, "Oh, WWE Network, New York, it's $10.65." All right, cool, whatever.
Yeah, I would look into that if I were you, because they only charged me $9.99.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, I would look into that if I were you.
But I mean, again, we've been hearing about this for a while. We have been. And if you're gonna do it, do it. I mean, would I get the new tier? Maybe so. But yeah, there been talks for a while about other indie promotions being on the network. And think about this, right? Evolve was their test dummy. Evolve
Right.
was that test dummy for them, right? Evolve 131, where it was Austin Theory versus JD Drake, which I thought was a
Yeah.
fun match, right? But that was their test dummy. Let's see how this show does. And again, we don't know what the numbers, but hey, yeah.
Yeah. I think all it would come down to is, will people care to even look at these things? Like, oh, why would I pay? Like, if 9.99 doesn't change, it's like you still get everything with 9.99, and you just don't get these. You don't get these indie promotions. But if you move to 14.99, you get these promotions and no commercials. You think people will hop on that
Probably so. Likely so.
because of the no commercials?
Yeah, most likely.
I don't know. I'll probably hop on that too.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie to you.
All right, Mike. Let's a couple more, then we're gonna get into the TNA news. All right. What else you got?
All right. Yeah, Tony Storm to um is expected to move forward with the main NXT brand, so she will probably be on regular NXT on Wednesdays live. If because we seen Rhea Ripley move to the main NXT brand. Now that Tony Storm has lost her championship in the UK, she's probably going to move over. We've seen Pink Dunne move over. So yeah, what do you think about that?
I mean, if you watch Takeover Cardiff, right? I didn't watch the entire show, right? I said this on Around the Point. I didn't watch the entire show. I watched the two matches. I watched the Cesaro versus Eva Dragunov. I'm probably saying the name wrong.
Ilya.
Ilya Dragunov match. That was fucking amazing, right? And I watched the main event of Walter versus Pete Dunne about Tyler Bate. A fucking 40-minute classic, right? So crazy that Jim Cornette himself praised that match. Can you believe that? Yo? Jim Cornette praises NXT UK but shits on AEW, right? How funny is that, man?
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
if you watch the ending of the match, Tyler Bate, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, and Trent Seven had a moment in the ring, right?
yeah,
People were saying, "Oh, like the send off, the send off and shit." And I said this a long time ago. A part of me wishes that this whole talk of AEW coming around have, I guess, one NXT.
Yeah.
Or if not, you know what? Occasionally send some guys from NXT UK to NXT. Send not a lot Ilya Dragunov. Send I don't know, freaking a Walter. Send Imperium if you'd like. Send us who's the fucking I forgot. But the point of the matter is, again, the idea is that there probably will be, again, some names that we see coming over to NXT US. And the more the better.
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing like Undisputed Era with all the belts versus Imperium with all the belts in War Games.
Yeah.
That would be fucking epic.
Yeah. Imagine giant Walter in the fuck on top of a cage doing a fucking
Yeah,
splash.
that would be fucking epic.
Yeah. All right, man. What else we got, bro? I'm fucking I'm ready to crash here, bro. I work tomorrow.
Oh yeah. All right. So we have says per the Observer, everyone is interested in UFC heavyweight, former UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez after his debut in AAA.
Yeah, I watched the match. I don't know if you did or not. The guy was amazing. It was a 6% tag. I don't know if did you watch the clips, by the way?
I have not seen a stitch of anything outside of the main stuff.
Okay, I tell you what. watch the clip real quick. I'm gonna send it to you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, dude. YouTube it up right now. It's Cain Velasquez, CAIN space Velasquez triple A.
Yeah, I know how to spell Cain Velasquez.
The guy
Cain
did
Velasquez.
the guy for his first. Granted, he's in a mask.
Oh, at Triple Mania.
Yeah,
Yeah, I seen a little bit of that. Yeah, I seen
yeah,
that. I
that
seen that
that
Hurricane
that.
Run clip. Yeah,
Yeah. So the guy opened a lot of eyes. Like, okay, his MMA run is basically done after that loss to Ngannou,
yeah,
right? What's next for him? Pro wrestling. And not for nothing, but the guy can go. The guy's amazing out there. Again, for his first match, he didn't make himself look bad. Yeah, granted the mask is silly, but I get it. It's Mexico, so that's fine. Couldn't he again tear it up in WWE? I believe so. With more training, yeah. I know also
Oh,
AEW is interested in him.
you know who I would want to see now that we know for sure that Cain Velasquez can go. I want to see Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez in WWE.
Probably, Mike. It could possibly be.
I want to
We'll
see
see.
that match. That match seems interesting because I think we know Brock Lesnar can wrestle. He just doesn't anymore. And I think Cain Velasquez will bring that out of him. Go from the regular suplex to,
Absolutely.
the
Yeah.
old 2003, 2002
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. All right, Mike. What else we got, man? About to get into the CNN news in a little bit, but
All right, so we're gonna move into Impact, and before we get into the big move that Impact has did, I just wanted a small discussion piece on Ken Shamrock.
okay.
What do you think
I,
about that? What do you think about Ken Shamrock coming back to wrestling?
well, he did an interview with Chris Van Vliet, which, by the way, again, I said this before, and I'll say it again. Chris Van Vliet is doing right now the best interviews in the IWC.
Yeah,
Um, if you don't believe me, and I know people, oh, how dare you say that? Watch the JD interview with JD from NY. Awesome stuff.
yeah, yeah,
But I think it's cool. It's awesome. I think Shamrock again. Granted, is he gonna be the world champion? Absolutely not. We get it. Shamrock is not a spring chicken. He's not. But you know what though? Right now, anyone can get over. Anyone can get over on the independent scene, and
yeah,
Shamrock still has a name value as someone that was in WWE, former Intercontinental Champion. He won the NWA World Title. There's that as well. Uh, so let's see what happens. I'm all for it. I think it's cool, awesome. Um, to my understanding, he's going to be working a program with Moose and Impact, so that as well. What do you think, Mike?
yeah. I'm surprised that he's making his comeback, especially in Impact, and pretty much I think it could go well for him. He's in great shape right now. He doesn't seem very, how wrestlers throughout the years, get all hunched up and crunched up
No,
from the years of
apparent.
taking bumps.
If you watch the interview, he said he did take a year off. So
Well, yeah, that's true. I heard the interview, but a year, okay, sometimes it takes more than a year, but a year was good for him. But um he doesn't seem to be all messed up and stuff like that.
yeah,
He seems
he's
to
not.
be loose and all that type of stuff and ready to go. Very excited.
I'll say
So
this though: to me, he should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. It's a crime that he's
he
not.
should, but they hate him, and
They hate him. They hate him.
for some reason they hate him. So
It's a travesty. Really, really
yeah.
is.
All right. Well, I guess you can take it over from here with the thing.
So I'm pretty sure you guys know already. The big breaking news that came out of Impact Wrestling. As you guys know, Impact is owned by Anthem, and Anthem Sports. Again, they own Impact. It's a Canadian-based company, um, And Impact for the last couple of years have been shopped around, right? They were on Spike TV, getting like I guess a million viewers a week, to Destination America, and then to Pop TV, and then they've been on Pursuit, and they've hit this roadblock, right? And it turns out that Anthem has purchased a majority interest in Access TV.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm gonna just read some of what they said here, okay? In the press release that they wrote, Anthem Sports and Entertainment, a global multi-platform media company, today announced it has acquired a majority interest in HDNet LLC, parent of the widely distributed U.S. television network Access TV and HDNet Movies, and will assume operating management of the two popular channels that cater to music, sports, entertainment, and lifestyle audiences. The deal also includes Access TV's exclusive library of own programming, including wrestling, MMA, and entertainment content. So basically, they now own a big majority in Access TV, which is crazy. Which is funny because I remember there was talks of Impact probably being on Access TV, and Access shot that down. They declined.
Right.
Right. The networks, and significantly to Anthem's rapidly growing portfolio of content, which is currently available in 120 countries and includes a diverse and popular sports entertainment programming targeted to passionate communities with a focus on millennial viewers. Yep, man, they went there. And then the news came out, Mike. The news came out that well, it's happening, bro. It's happening. Impact Wrestling is moving to Access TV. So this was announced a couple days ago. This is what they said per Pro Wrestling Sheet, per Ryan Satin. Impact Wrestling has confirmed their weekly show will be moved to Access TV. As they previously reported, Anthem Sports Entertainment, the parent company of Impact, recently purchased a majority stake in Access TV. According to today's press release, today's weekly show will move to Access TV in October following the company's Bound for Glory pay-per-view. Impact Wrestling is a perfect fit for Access TV's slate of live sporting events and combat sports content, Ed Norham stated in the press release. The newest additions to our growing portfolio of media assets. Access TV audiences perfectly aligned with our passionate Impact Wrestling fan base, and this move increases reach for our weekly program, with distribution in over 50 million homes. He added, "We cannot ask for a better home, and what am I here? And are excited by the opportunities to work with Mark Cuban." He added, "We cannot ask for a better home, and we are excited." Okay, and our partner. Okay, we cannot. Where was I here? We cannot ask for a better home, and are excited for the opportunities to work with Mark Cuban and our entertainment group. Our action-packed and innovative weekly programming featuring some of the most athletic and gifted stars in the professional wrestling industry. Yeah. Okay. I think this overall, and this is my honest opinion on it, I'm happy for them. Now, granted, we don't know what day they're moving to Access TV, on what day in particular will be on the weekly base, but I will say this, okay? Impact Wrestling, has been for a long time the redheaded stepchild in wrestling, right? They have,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
they've eaten for the last couple of years nothing but shit sandwiches.
Yeah.
In place of it, in place of it, in place of it, right? Losing talent, losing TV deals, right? Being sued by all these other people and shit, right? And still managing to keep that company around, right?
Right. Right.
And it's crazy. You know, it's amazing how they finally caught their break. They finally caught their break, bruh.
Yeah.
Think about this, right? They were on Spike TV getting like 1 million viewers or so, right? Then they went to the Destination America, which no one even had, right? Then Pop TV, which I guarantee you don't even have Pop TV.
I have Pop TV.
Oh shit, you do. Okay. And now they're on a platform that shits on whatever they were on prior to Spike TV.
Yeah.
And I say this right now, and I said this, I'm gonna say this now that I want to say early on in the show. It's a good time to be a fan of wrestling right now, because now you have options. And this, when you think about this, we've been talking about this for a while. You know, both Impact and Ring of Honor, they don't have a buzz. It's the AEW effect. This puts Impact above Ring of Honor now.
Yeah.
They really, really do.
Yeah. Ring of Honor is pretty much.
There's even
I hate to
talks of,
say it.
there's even talks of apparently Impact might buy out Ring of Honor.
Yeah, no, and I watched a small clip with Trax Brown.
A-Track Brown?
Yeah, Trax Brown and
A-Track Brown.
A-Track Brown, yeah. He was basically laughing, saying that, that, we've been basically saying that not NXT, Impact, wow. But Impact, basically we've been trying to see, hey, when are they gonna die? And they might outlive all of us because they might buy Ring of Honor. And that's probably going to be a reality because I seen everybody, literally, when this news came out, I seen everybody said, why won't this company just die? They just, and I hate to say it, but I think that's kind of messed up how we think of as wrestling fans.
Absolutely. That being said, though, again, I'm happy for them. I think, for a company that has right now the best roster that company's seen in years, they do.
Yeah.
And it's about time these guys get the exposure that they deserve. Men and the women, But that's my 2 cents on that, Mike. Anything you want to say, Mike, before we wrap up, man? Your thoughts on the whole Access TV thing and all that stuff?
No, man, I'm good.
Well, we've been on now for almost 2 hours, it feels like, and I have work at 4 a.m. It is 10:39 p.m. I want to thank all of you for tuning in tonight, whether you listen to us live, whether you listen on the playback, whether you listen to the podcast, whether you listen to the podcast on all our podcasting platforms, whether it's iTunes, whether it's Stitcher Radio, whether it's Spotify, PodBean, iHeart Radio, also the Google Podcast. You can check out the show on those platforms. Give us a download. Give us a 5-star rating. It really helped out the podcast in the long run. You can follow the Team Hill Podcast on Twitter at Team Hill Podcast. Use that hashtag THPodcast to interact on Twitter and all that fun stuff. You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Big Mike, let them know, bro. Where can they find the man with the golden charm, bro?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Big Mike's 1995-19 and on YouTube at Big Mike's Wrestling Recap Show.
And like I said, guys, I'll be back Sunday for a review. Also, guys, if you guys want awesome graphics and overlays done, hit up the man himself, Salrex, for the most amazing stuff that he could do to your channel. The guy is the best graphic designer in the IWC. You don't believe me? You can ask JD from NY206. You can ask the Solid Monster. Hell, you can ask House of Glory. Or if not, you can even hit up the one, the only Big Mike and he will tell you how good is Salrex. Also, I will be tomorrow in Raleigh, New Jersey for WrestlePro's Return to Raleigh, going down tomorrow, September the 14th, live from the Raleigh Rec Center. I return home, so hopefully I'll see you guys there, whoever is going to the show. And with that being said, guys, I am Steve, and he is Big Mike, and we are out like Janice titties, guys. Later, dorks.